YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Crypto J coming at you guys with yet another J Talks Crypto. If you're brand new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I do my best each and every day to give you guys the top picks in cryptocurrency. And guys, we're on a mission to hit 100,000 subscribers. We can't do it without you. Hit that subscribe button. So let's talk about some Bitcoin before we get into it too. I gotta let you know I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice, just tell me Crypto J. Let's talk about some total market cap, right? As you guys can see, total market cap coming in at 2.6. Big Greed Index coming in at a 29. Big Bitcoin coming in at an 84.7. We do know that the market opened this morning and we closed pretty good on Friday, actually. Had a pretty decent close on Friday. We did see a little bit of volatility going into the weekend, but we didn't really break down too much into the weekend. As a matter of fact, we didn't much break down too far at all. We might still even be in an uptrend on the 1 day. So pretty interesting. Uptrend on the 7 also. Is Bitcoin turning it around? That's the question. Or like, have we seen the bottom yet? Or do we still need to see it? Because look, interesting. Okay. So we can have a retest. This could be bullish. This could be a bull flag right here. And we could have a cup and handle right here. So now we're starting to get, okay. So when I look at these trends, I'm looking for we talk about probabilities versus possibilities, right? So we look at the probabilities. I usually start macro. So I'm looking for like all the bearish things that are going on with this trade right here. So you can see overall we're in a downtrend. This is the number one bearish thing working against this chart is the fact that on the yearly we're still going down. But on some of these smaller time frames, it looks like we might be picking up some kind of support and on some of these lower levels and possibly bottoming out. So let's see just how many bullish indicators we have right now and how many bearish indicators we have right now telling us that this can go up or that we can go down, right? So we're looking at, let's look at like, well, we already looked at the one. Well, okay, let's look at the 1 day because 1 day is pretty important too, right? This is a bullish thing right here. Our 1 day is looking bullish right now because if we can bounce off this level right here, if we could start breaking out of this zone right here, above this 85, like a clear break, like 85, 86, then maybe we formed a wedge here and maybe we're going to start pumping out of this because that can cause a lot of FOMO. If we did create a wedge, that will bring a lot more people back into the market. And there's actually a decent chance that we've created a wedge in this situation. It's not for sure. Again, we have not got a confirmation on a breakout yet, but this is not bad. Now, what we do have to pay attention to again, because we're still in a downtrend, is if we do one of these, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? This could be a shoulder. We could create a head right here and a shoulder, and that would involve us failing to break this second trend line 3 times. If we reject off of this and go back down, catch support, and then pump back up, we don't want to see a third rejection because if we see a third rejection again, that is going to actually catapult us down pretty significantly, possibly even below my price prediction. If we create a shoulder, head, shoulder here, that would possibly break us down below my prediction of us dropping down to 68 because the neckline on this shoulder, head, shoulder is about at like 76. So if this thing starts breaking down, it could actually have a significant sell-off, but so then maybe it might have bottomed out because, interesting. Did Bitcoin see the bottom? Is Bitcoin bottomed out or is Bitcoin still need to see some correction, right? You guys could see that 68.1 right here, right? That bottom Keltner channel. But like, will we hold this though? Like, we could still break down to 68. I told you guys, we can still break down 68 and we could still be fully intact. That's why I said that's my bottom. But now I'm just a little concerned. And maybe they're just trying to create some concern with this patterns that are created. Like this shoulder, head, shoulder right here. This is nasty, guys. On the 30 minutes looking nasty because look, shoulder, head, shoulder, rising wedge, boom, rising wedge, shoulder, head, shoulder. And then we're like kind of now starting to break below this. If we reject off of this Keltner channel, we could be seeing some volatility today. Let's talk about some Toshi. As you guys can see, Toshi's seeing a little bit of volatility itself today. People want to know what is going on. Are we going to see a bottom suit? Can Toshi see a bottom zone? It's possible, right? If Bitcoin is creating a wedge, maybe Toshi's also creating a wedge. I know it does look like we're breaking down a little bit on this 1 hour chart, but again, we're still holding on to some support here. And so we could really still bounce off of this, right? Or we could really drop still a little bit down more and still be intact. We could still, shoot up. It's not a big deal. Same thing on the 4 hour. We could see a retest of some of these levels and it would be totally fine. My dog has to go back. I'm sorry. But we could totally see a retest of like this 138 area and then still bounce, right? Or maybe not bounce. Maybe we drop down and Bitcoin capitulates and we drop down to 129, to which we would still be intact, in my opinion. So it's just kind of what I'm paying attention to. You guys could see in the past 7 days, we're up almost 50%. Shout out to everybody that was buying at the bottom. That is not an easy thing to do. It's not easy. In times like even right now, right? There's a lot of fear right now. And same thing when the people were buying at 90 something, there was even more fear, like even worse sentiment in the market. So, in my opinion, these are opportunities. I used to look at these times as like tough times and be like, oh, this is such a bad, tough time. I'm having a tough time. My portfolio's down. It's so tough. And then, we always feel like that, right? My portfolio's down. This is so hard. I hate this. Why did I do this? And then a lot of people sell out. And then a couple months, the market's roaring back, or even maybe it takes a year or 2 years. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Like, what are you going to do? You got your money in the market, even if it takes a year or 2 years, which I don't think that this cycle is going to take a year or 2 years. It could last for a year or 2 years, but I don't think it's over for the next 1 or 2 years. I don't even think 1 or 2 years would be, no, I don't think so. But I do think that Bitcoin still has more upside. I think even if we see a super cycle, we could even see Bitcoin doing really well into 2026, possibly even. But we are going to need to see some corrections along the way. I would assume in 2026, we would see another correction, because usually we see corrections in Q1, totally normal. And we're like barely in April right now. So maybe we are seeing recovery, but also April sometimes has sell off too. So March and April, guys, they're rough months for cryptocurrency. Maybe I should have told you that in December, but I'm pretty sure I did tell you that in December. I told you that in December and November. I was saying, listen, guys, I'm everybody's friend right now. Let me tell you why I was saying that. I said, hey, guys, I'm everybody's friend right now, and everybody loves me right now. But just know that on the first correction, everything's going to change about that. And the reason why I was saying that even way back then, back in November, right, when I was telling you guys, hey, guys, we're probably going to see correction pretty soon, is because look where we were back in November, right? When you're eating your turkey giblets, I was telling you guys that we were overbought and that we were in extreme greed. And this was actually an area where a lot of people were actually buying in at. A lot of you were buying stuff around Thanksgiving time and around this, like all this time right here, like early December. And yikes, right? Because we were in extreme greed. And really, I was telling you guys also that this zone down here was an accumulation zone. Why is that? Because every time that we've been in this zone has kind of been a zone of accumulation. And if we head back into this red like we were here, well, we haven't been in this red in an extremely long time. So this may be actually a golden zone of accumulation. Matter of fact, maybe not even gold. Like, what is higher than gold? Is there a precious metal that is better than gold? Because it would be a Bitcoin. How about that? This would be the Bitcoin right here, because it is better than gold. This zone, I like this zone. I am not mad if we go back down and touch this range. If we see some more fear in the market, this is why I say I like the fear, bro, because this is where people make a lot of money. Okay. This is where people get wrecked a lot, right here. People think that people mostly get wrecked right here when the market's just going down like this in the free fall. People get wrecked right here. People get wrecked trying to swing trade. People get wrecked trying to day trade, try to scout, trying to make some quick money, trying to make some quick gamble money. So they get, oh, I'm going to buy back in, dog. I'm going to just sell my stuff right now, but now I'm going to buy back in. I just got to make some quick flips, and then I'm going to just stack it so I get some more. It never happens. It never, ever happens. You're not going to take out all of your funds out of one coin, go make a lucky trade. Because again, guys, when you're trading like that, you're gambling. You're gambling. It's possibilities and probabilities. You can have everything going for you in the probability that it's going to go down. You could bet on the probability, but there's still the possibility that you're wrong. So that's why I say that I am a dollar cost average guy now, after trial and error, after years of doing this, after watching so many people. And again, I'm not telling you how to invest your money. Do whatever you want with your money. But you do hear a lot of these investors buying up this dip. You do hear them talking about dollar cost averaging over swing trading and stuff like that, and time in the market versus timing the market. We've heard so many big investors tell us about how much money they made, like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. They made all their money in the 70s when the market was crap and nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to buy anything in the 70s. Like, they didn't make their money at the top of the market. They made it at the bottom, and they just kept stacking it. And some of that stuff they held for years, like decades. Like, some of y'all have like no conviction really in this space, and you don't really believe in cryptocurrency. You're just trying to kind of make some money for right now because maybe you got some short-term plans. But there's some people that are actually long on this space. In my opinion, they're going to win, bro, because they understand, one, that this is an investment. It's not a gamble. It's not a microwave. It's something that's going to take time. It's something that shoot, maybe your kids are going to be asking you, hey, grandpa, why didn't you buy Bitcoin? And you'll be like, oh, I did buy Bitcoin. I bought 1,000. I bought Bitcoin at 1,000. What happened, grandpa? I sold it. Why? Because I had to pay my rent that month. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, grandpa, what the? Why don't you get a job? Good job, grandpa. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, you got to have money coming in, and you're only supposed to be investing money that you're not afraid to lose, so that you don't have to paper hands out all the time. You know what I mean? If you guys are getting emotional about trades, if you're finding yourself, should I sell? Oh, it's dipping. Should I sell? Should I sell? It's because you are too much in this market. You're too heavy-handed in the market, and it's making you emotional because you can't afford to actually lose that money. You can't actually afford to lose it. You just kind of put that in your head like, oh, I got 10,000. Let me put 7,000 in the market, make a quick 14, and then I'll have, 24 real quick. No, that's not going to happen. Stop doing that. Stop it. Like, that is, it's annoying because then I get people on the first dip. Again, they do this around November, Christmas, because again, everything's euphoric. They're hearing everybody, this person, that person, telling them they made all this money. They're tired of hearing this person got rich, and they haven't got rich yet. They've been holding off for so long. Now they got to get in now because everybody keeps telling them how they're getting rich. And then what happens Q1? Correction, right? Correction happens Q1. The guys that are really making all the money are taking profits, right? And then these guys that got in late, they're wondering what happened. Where did everybody go? What happened? What do you think happened, bro? They took profit. And now you got to wait for the next leg and see if there's going to be a next leg. There's historically been a next leg on Bitcoin, though. It's been historically undefeated, even though people always say it's going to go to zero. Every time we have a small dip, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to zero. Okay. All right. Everybody's bullish on cryptocurrency. They all want to come and comment and tell me how much they love me. And then as soon as Bitcoin starts going down a little bit, whole sentiment changes. I don't even know why I got in this space. What did I do this for? Like, what the? Like, dude, imagine you were early on the .com boom. Imagine you were early on all these things, and then you just decided one day that you just, you're over leveraged, so you just had to liquidate your whole entire position when you could have like $150 or $100 to $50 could have made you rich back then. If you would have invested and just kept it in there. Like, we all think that, even like when Bitcoin was at like 1,000. I remember that. I remember when Bitcoin was at 100. Why didn't I put $50 in it? Why didn't I put $100 in it? Because I was not thinking that way, right? People weren't thinking that way. A lot of people that were investing at that time, they were buying heavy, and they were not in like taking proper risk management. They were not like, I don't get why we can invest in like IRAs and things like that. I guess it's because some of those, when you invest in some of those things, you can't touch them. And they do that on purpose. Like they literally tell you, you cannot touch this for the next 2 years. You can't move this money. You can't take this money. You can't do it. You know why? One, because they need to be able to have that money to trade it themselves. And two, because you don't know what you're doing and you're going to sell for a loss. So just remember that, guys, that none of us are professionals, right? I'm not a financial advisor. You're not a financial advisor. We're all doing the best that we can, but it's better to invest in things that you're long on than try to predict what's going to happen on the day in the market, because again, we're in a volatile market. This entire market cap is smaller than Apple. So if you're sitting up trying to beat the trend or time the market and stuff like that, you might, again, find yourself on the losing end of the stick. And this time period right now is to liquidate those guys that are trying to gamble. It's to liquidate those swing traders. It's to get them out the game right before the rally, in my opinion. This is usually how it goes. These guys get wrecked, and a lot of people get liquidated before the actual bull rally starts. So until we've broken down, we are still in a bull trend. In my opinion, this is not a good time to be swing trading. This is also not a good time to be ditching your bags and trying to buy back in the bottom or all these other crazy things that I hear that people are doing. That I hear it all the time. I swear to you. Oh, I already took profit, bro. I'm going to buy back in on the bottom. Okay, dude. What if we already bottomed? What if you took profit at 78? Now we're at 84 and we've already bottomed and you sold your profits or you sold your bag. Now you're going to get back in, right? And you're going to have what? Less coins, right? I promise you guys, okay? You will not do that. You will not sell your coins and buy back in the bottom. I promise you will not do that. I promise you. You won't do that. Okay, you will sell your coins. You will think that the price is going to take back up. You'll buy back in sometimes, and then the price will continue going down. You'll sell again, and then you'll just keep doing this. And then the day where it does break out, you're going to realize that like, oh, I should have bought it. And then you're going to buy it, and then it's going to, again, probably break down. Or let's say that it takes off, and then you buy it, and now you got less coins. Wouldn't it have just have been easier to just been patient? Wouldn't it have just been easier to just been dollar cost averaging? Wouldn't it have just been more effective also to just be dollar cost averaging? Like imagine if I get paid like $100 and put $20 into my investments, not one investment, not all into crypto, not all into Bitcoin, not all into poo-poo coins. What if I took 20% of my check and I diversified it into different things, including not just crypto? Right? You should not be all in crypto. You should not have most of your money in this market. That is a bad idea. You are gambling. It's going to make you want to come to my channel and make emotional statements in the comment section that have nothing to do with me, that have everything to do with your decisions that you made, that I told you from the beginning are not good decisions. I cannot tell you guys how many times do I have to say, like, do not over invest in cryptocurrency. Like, please don't do that. Don't do that. We are early in the space. You don't have to do that. Do you understand? You don't have to be so greedy to like do well in this space. Our entire space is smaller than Apple. Do you get that? We're in a space that could be as big as the stock market one day, or maybe even as big as the Forex market one day, which is like $4.2 quadrillion. And if you're selling because it's a little volatility today, then again, if we do go to those places like the stock market and market cap and stuff like that, just know that you didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve it because it's uncomfortable being down at the bottom in the trenches and all that. You guys know it's been very uncomfortable the past couple months, and the people that sold, they deserve what they get. The people that held, they deserve what they get. We all get what we deserve out the game. So don't take your loss as something that you didn't deserve. If you lost 50 grand because you put 100 grand and you couldn't afford to lose that 50 grand, wear that as a badge of honor, brother. That is a lesson that you learned in the game. I had to learn lessons in the game. We all learn lessons in this game, guys. That's why we try to help each other out and telling each other, like, there's certain cardinal rules, like don't buy the top, don't invest more money than you're willing to lose. Like there's certain things that kind of all traders know. It's not financial advice. It's just kind of like common sense. You know what I mean? Like when you're buying the top, these charts go up and down. They don't go up and up. They go up and down and up and down and up, not up and up and up and up and up. So you have to take into consideration that sometimes these downtrends take time and then they could come up. There are opportunities, in my opinion, again, to be finding coins that you like. I'm not telling you go out and buy anything in specific. I'm not even telling you, I've already told you, do not put all your money into cryptocurrency, but I can't tell you what to do with your money at all, really. I'm just telling you kind of like my views on the market and on where we're at with this cycle, as well as where I feel like we could be in the future. There's always a possibility we did bottom out already. There's also a possibility that we need to return to 68K, and that could sink the market and create a lot of panic and sell-off. They're both options. Either way, I'm happy. I enjoy this space either way. I have full conviction. That's why I decided to be Crypto J and not Shopify J, because I actually believe in this space. I'm going to be here in the next 5-10 years, probably, talking about this stuff. That's what I planned on. Like, dude, me being on YouTube was kind of like me, is like my accountability to myself. You know, it's like I invested in this. I told myself I wasn't going to sell. Let me keep up to date on the news on it. Let me talk about it. Let me see what's going on with it. And this even helps me not panic, because now I'm informing myself, right? When you inform yourself, when you know that there's a roadmap behind your project, it helps you build confidence. But if you're investing in things that have no roadmap, that have no utility, that have no listings, that have no community, then yeah, your coin might not survive. It might not come back. But if you're investing in things that have utility, have good, strong communities, that are listed on big exchanges, that have, decent size holder to market cap ratio, that have shown signs of volume during this Bitcoin dip, there's a chance that those coins might come back to life again once Bitcoin does. Just something to think about, guys. Again, none of this was financial advice. It's just things to think about and to take into consideration. You should never make financial decisions based off of my videos or off anything that I say. Again, it's just food for thought, and it's just my thoughts. That's all they are, and I'm not a professional. I just try to tell you guys based off mistakes that I've made and off mistakes that I've seen so many people make. And I just don't like seeing people make the same mistakes, because again, like, what would I get out of like watching you do this, or trying to like get you to do a bad thing? Like, I wouldn't get anything out of that. I would just lose subscribers. I would lose followers. So I genuinely want you guys to win. I'm not talking to you guys and breaking down these charts every day because I don't want you to win. I want you to learn, really, guys. I want you to learn how to read the chart. Some of you guys have gotten really good at reading the chart. Like, I have people, guys, that have been watching my channel now, and they're in the Telegram. And this makes me feel the best. It's the best feeling in life, I feel like, when I got guys now that are trading and like telling me how confident they are in their trades, and just like, they're on it, dude. Like, they're telling me like, Jay, look at this chart right here. This is looking good, man. And I'm like, dude, you're right. It's looking good. Good. Fine, man. That's awesome. Good job. Now these people are able to like actually tell me, hey man, check this out, check that out, check this out. Do your research on this one, do your research on that one. And again, we're not over here giving each other financial advice, but it might be a situation where it's like, hey, Solana just came out with this new thing, and this is going to be a really big thing on their blockchain. You should do your research on this. The chart looks good on it. You know what I mean? Might be something that you want to do your research on. I definitely do think it's a time to be keeping up on the space for sure. There's going to be a lot of developments during this time right now. A lot of companies doing big things. So I would keep track of all that. These are the coins that possibly could make a move in the next bull cycle, if we're going to have one, guys, or whenever we're going to have one. Again, it could be couple of years, it could be next year, it could be in the next couple months. I personally think that we're going to see a recovery closer to June or July. That's already my prediction that I told you guys. I'm basing that off of my own analysis and prior trends. We knew that last year it took between March and August for us to really find a bottom and start recovering. I think it'll happen a little quicker than that. I think this is just a little bit of Q1 sell-off that we see every year. I could be wrong. We'll see. I don't know. I appreciate you guys as always, though. Thank you so much for watching this video and the entirety. For all of you guys who made it this far, let me know that you made it this far by giving me a thumbs up in the comment section. All the watch time helps. Also, all the comments, all the likes, they all help in the algorithm. They help Toshi. They help me. And ultimately, guys, they help the community. So I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.